This is a Fatal 4 podcast.
Nope. Escaped that way. Once again, those legs working. Oh, and a backstabber.
Didn't get all of it.
Welcome to Didn't Get All of It. This week on the show, it's a sad day for Big E on a very good Raw. Plus, WWE's Netflix move comes with many likely welcome changes. And this weekend is WWE Deadline, which is actually NXT Deadline, so don't get tricked thinking you'll see stars. I'm one of the hosts, Paul Griffin, and joining me is the rest of the Fatal Four, including New Noza.
The Netflix is my finishing move, but you don't want to know what it looks like.
Speaking of flicking nets, it's Cody.
Ballin'.
All right.
I don't know.
Also
Nets,
here is
basketball nets.
Yeah.
I'm trying over here.
well, the B stands for Ballin'. It's Ballin' Rob.
Yes, indeed.
I was really hoping to work in some sort of joke about how Mercedes Moné needs to watch her back. But then I realized we weren't going to be talking about AEW this week because they haven't done anything. So it's really hard to work in a CEOs are getting shot in the backs.
Oh my god! I was like, oh, that's where you're going with that joke. Okay, yes, good, very good.
I mean,
oh my god!
And the nerve to be like, this, it looks like it was a premeditated hit. I was like, what gave you a fucking clue?
no, this is just a random. This guy's gone. They think he's still in New York? No, he left.
My favorite part is people are like, some reporters were like, "Now we don't have a motive," and it's just like, I wonder what it could be.
Let me start thinking. He even took time to write stuff on his fucking bullets.
Yeah, that shit's cool. Actually,
This is how you know. This is how you know I couldn't do this, because if I went to New York to do an assassination, I'd still be in New York hanging out because it's so fun.
Yeah,
They'd
wait a
find me
minute,
at a
hold on.
cocktail bar.
Paul, didn't you just get back from New York?
Yeah,
I
but that was like a
know.
week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Likely story.
it is.
does
That's
Paul know
exactly
how to
what
ride a
happened.
bike?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he
I'm not
knows
that
how to
good,
ride
though.
a horse too.
There's photo proof of me on a horse. Does exist. Yeah, big week for the CEO. Did you guys do anything fun this week?
I got to hang with Brian Keith.
I guess that could be fun.
I thought we weren't talking about AEW.
Well, I'm talking about Brian Keith. I ain't talking about AEW.
He works there.
What are you saying? He works other places too.
What'd you guys
but
do?
it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. There was that replay games. It was him, Promise Braxton, and Booker T and Shamel. They were just hanging out in replay games, just talking about his Cybertruck and shit that Booker T drives.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, like he didn't outright say it, but I confirmed that it was his truck because we pulled up, me and the kid, and in the parking lot we seen the big ass Cybertruck, and she was like, I can't escape it. I hate it so much.
Is
then
it
we
like
go
a fun
in-
color?
No, it's just
Returned and
plain.
went, tell me you didn't just say that.
It's just aluminum trash can silver.
Yeah, the stock color or whatever. So we go in there, we hang out, we chitter chat, talking about video games and Japan and all kinds of other crap. And then they pack up, they roll out and everything. And me and kid do what we normally do. We go across the street and get some boba. And then we hang out in the store. Go to the parking lot to put my picture that I got from BK in there. I got like an autograph and a upper deck trading card that he signed and all kind of shit. So I went put it in the truck. And the Cybertruck was gone after Booker T and them left. And I was like, wait a goddamn minute. So we go back in the store. I'm like, Booker T drive a Cybertruck? And he's like, yeah. I was like, God damn it. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It's got to be like a status thing for people. Like the same way somebody buys like watches that cost 60 grand. It's not
Yeah.
because you want a good watch.
Paul.
Because you have money. I didn't buy one for 60 grand.
like a third of it, maybe.
It's just one of those things. Like, this is what people buy when they have money. We have this. We have alcohol we don't drink because it costs thousands of dollars for a bottle.
Yeah. Like
that
Paul
kind of
Wall
shit.
with all his grills and shit.
Yeah, that's got to be it. Because no one looks at that and says, "Cool." Some people do. Some people do, and those people
People
are bad.
do, and I don't trust those people's taste.
No.
Also, like, me and BK know each other and everything. So we just sitting there chatting, having a good old time and shit. But like, there was a point in time, me and the kid was just kind of standing off to the side, in the corner, just, huddling around BK. We all talking. And Booker T get up from behind the table, and then just like start, window shopping, looking at stuff behind the case and behind the counter and all kind of stuff. Then he come over directly to where we are, look in the, the little vanity case by us and start, he's like, "Ooh, I need to get that game right there." And then he looked me in the face and he put his hand out. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" Or whatever. And he shake my hand and everything. And he go down. He said, "Oh, I wonder what they got down here." I was like, "Okay, what the fuck was that about?"
Like this impression you're doing.
I was like,
He's probably just trying to figure out who the fuck you were without.
yeah, no
asking
shit, right?
questions.
Because like, I've noticed that like from the years that I've been doing indie shows, setting up indie shows, just like being around all the promoters and the bookers and stuff. It's an unwritten code. And I know some of y'all might have heard it and know about it too, to where like you introduce yourself to everybody that come around because you never know who's there to do what. So I kind of felt like it was on a small level, it was something like that or whatever. But it's like, that's a big motherfucker, man. I'm like, okay, I see you, Book.
I mean,
I see.
Didn't he get
I wonder
mad
what
at the
video
young
game-
bucks for not shaking his hand?
I wonder what video game he was interested in.
He was down there looking at fucking RoboCop on Game Boy.
Really? Was it Duck Hunt? Or as he calls it, Shooky Ducky Hunt Hunt.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was just like a weird little thing, whatever. Because like I've had that happen like at many New Texas Pro shows and other indies that I've been at. Like, because I show up and I know everybody because I'm helping out or putting the fucking ring together or some shit. And they'll come up and they'll be looking and they're like, hey, what's up? I'm such and such or whatever. And then you shake my hand ever so politely. Then they go on about their business and shit. Then they see me start setting up the ring. They start looking at me like, oh, that motherfucker just setting up the ring.
I think it's maybe this happened when me and Noah were at the post show like bar next door. But I think when you're talking to them, they just assume you're somebody, so they have to be careful.
Like some guy just came up and shook my hand, and I was just like, "Oh, okay. I have no idea who you are, but okay."
He gave you a little soft boy handshake.
Yeah. Like what? And I remember being like, "What was that all about?" Then you told me about the like make
The
sure you
limp
shake
handshakes?
everyone's hand thing, and I was just like, "Oh, that makes
I
sense."
stopped doing the limp handshake when I stopped like doing anything wrestling related. So now they give me their fucking soft hand. I just grab that thing and I'm like, "What's up, buddy?"
I'm mad. I tried to break fingers. I'm mashing the shit out of
I
all
fucking
them
Donald
hands.
Trump strong arm him, pull him over.
Yeah, because like especially Book a big ass, man. He put his hand out and I was like, oh yeah, I got up on tippy toes and cranked down on that bitch.
Did he have all 6 rings on his hand?
He did.
What a clown. How many rings you gotta wear?
He had all that shit or whatever.
Was he signing autographs or was he just like
All of them.
chaperoning?
Yeah, everybody that was there was. He had all his gimmicks on the table. His little. He had
Were
he
they
got a
charging
custom.
a fuck ton of money?
Nah, just standard shit like 20, 30, whatever, little 8x10s and all stickers and shit like that. Booker T all fancy though. He got like a little standee on the table or whatever. Like well, no, it's not like it's just like a little, how you go to a restaurant or something and they got like the little thing on the table with the drink.
It's called a menu.
Yeah. What?
The Booker T menu.
Well, yeah, kind of, because it had all of his cash information like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all that shit, and it had gold-plated symbols on by the next to all of them with the QR code.
And
I was
on the
like,
back
Save
was the
his,
drink menu.
Did you save his Venmo? So that way, this weekend after deadline sucks, you can Venmo request him for your Peacock money back.
Oh,
It's not too late.
fuck! You
What
know
a
what?
great idea.
You know what? I'd be like, stop talking. Send him a like Venmo, fucking $20. Be like, don't say shit when Trick come out.
Every time he does, oh yeah, man, you just request $1, being like, stop doing that. Give me $1.
Stop doing that.
It'd be really funny if he started giving you money too.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try to find that out because I will start doing that. And then
He
look,
probably doesn't even run his Venmo.
his wife probably do. You know how that go.
No.
No, well, not because she run the whole fucking arena over there. She take tickets, she seat people, she do everything over there.
This is your allowance. Whoever Venmos me, you get to spend that money.
Nah, but this is what I'll do. I'll do exactly that if I get the information. I'll Venmo him $1, and every note on the fucking Venmo, I'll be like, stop doing that during trick entrance or whatever the case that irritate me or whatever.
I just
then when
you
I
should request $1. Don't send him shit.
and then no, well, this will be the thing. So next time I see him in person, I'll buy something from him, and then I'll be like, "Hey, what's your Venmo or whatever?" And then I'll send him the Venmo, and he'll know it's me from the other Venmos that I would have sent. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. I did that shit. Now stop it."
You can still leave like fun, problematic notes, right?
Oh,
You should just be like, "Here's $50," and then put in the memo like for that CEO thing you did.
Gun emoji,
Yeah.
gun emoji, gun emoji.
You know the thing.
Oh no. And then I work at a place that's investigating stuff like that, so I shouldn't do that.
No, you probably shouldn't. I watched some video of now I feel like B-Rob watching gun videos, but I watched a gun video on YouTube of the speculated weapon
Oh yeah.
that was used.
Mhm.
That thing is quiet. It's quieter than a fucking
Yes.
vibrating phone.
Yes.
Very scary, but
Mhm.
kind of cool.
Learning a lot about
Expensive.
subsonic grounds lately.
Expensive too. You
I
can
always
probably buy
remember-
multiple guns for the price of a suppressor.
I remember when I was like super into Bond in the 90s before I knew anything about anything. I always would talk about like, "Ooh, I kind of want one of those James Bond guns, the little tiny like Walter PPK or whatever."
PPP.
And my dad's like, "Oh, that's weak. You don't want that." And I'm like,
What do you mean?
Well, like-
yeah,
like,
I know.
why-
I'm just saying, like, why would you say that?
but like, if it's a weak gun, like the whole point is not to be like, look how much damage I can do. You can still kill someone with that thing if you're in the
Yes.
right distance.
It's a fucking gun.
Yeah, it's still effective. I'm not trying to do range shooting with a pistol. It is more of a, I want to pretend
Bitch,
to be
get
a
off
spy,
me.
but also like, if I have to, I can.
Yeah. It's more of a thing of bitch, get off me.
So I never got that. That never happened. But whatever.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, you guys want to talk about other wrestling?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Cody, you want to tell us what's in the news?
The news.
Sure do. I mentioned earlier that this weekend is Deadline, and that might suck. But in a couple weeks, we got Saturday night's main event, and I hope you
Here
enjoy that
comes Saturday night.
Yeah, damn it.
because they've already announced that there's going to be another one, January 25th in San Antonio.
Oh, that's kind of in range.
Yeah, it's very soon. Also,
I
Well, I
remember,
mean, like proximity to me.
I remember hearing initially that Saturday night's main event was to fill in like
Come back.
No, like initially it was to fill in time when SNL wasn't on or something,
Huh.
like a long time ago.
Huh.
Hmm.
And I think if I read correctly, that the Saturday night's main event in January is the final SNL before they take a lot of time off before their 50th anniversary special,
Oh, that's cool.
which I think is a little odd, but you know, it's like going to be a time where people are tuning in because they're getting to that point. So I don't know. Seems good for them to have, you know, events that
Like-
close together.
so they might have some extra eyes on the event. Is what you're saying?
Is there any memorable Saturday night main events from history that y'all can point to or are aware of?
I just remember Randy Orton RKOing Hulk Hogan on a car.
The car, yeah.
That's it. That's all I remember.
That's most recent though, like because I'm not sure if it was a Saturday night show or whatever, but it was like the one where they was supposed to have Mike Tyson as a special guest enforcer, but he got knocked out by Buster Douglas, so they replaced Mike Tyson with Buster Douglas, and he punched like Macho Man in the face or something. And I'm not sure if that was like a Saturday night show or whatever, but I just remember that random shit.
Yeah, I don't
Didn't
remember
Mr.
anything.
Perfect smashed the WWF title on Saturday night's main event?
Oh, that's wild.
That's a crazy thing he did.
Yeah, he shouldn't have did that.
And
So
wasn't
disrespectful.
wasn't the When the snake bit Macho Man, was that on a Saturday Night's Main Event?
Macho Man just be getting fucked up on Saturday nights if that's right.
I think so. Either that or Superstars. Yeah, I forget when that was. So do we think this will be like? Do you think this is setting a precedent for a trend of this being monthly, or
I think it's supposed to be quarterly, and it just so happened to be close to this one. At least that's what I read. It's quarterly events, which still fun.
Yeah,
you are correct, Noah. 30 years ago, well, 3 years ago was 30. So 33 years ago, it was a WWF Superstars that happened.
Oh, there you go.
No, okay.
The rare occasion that I'm right about an old wrestling thing. But yeah, so I think quarterly is good, and I think the precedent of it not being a we're fighting over belts thing.
Yeah,
is
Battle
good
of the
for
Belts.
quarterly
Sorry,
event.
sons of bitches.
But also, like, it feels, I mean, it's only the first one, but it feels like stuff has the potential to happen. I mean, Cody versus Kevin for the championship is, they're making it feel like a big deal.
I think Kevin should win,
I wouldn't mind it.
honestly, because that would set a good tone for the Saturday Night Main Event shows. Because now it's like, okay, I want to tune into this January one because in December, the WWE title changed hands.
And Cody can just win it back at the Rumble or something.
Right, exactly. It doesn't. I'm not saying Kevin needs to have a huge run with it, but I think it would be a very good tone setter for this new revived program.
Yeah.
I think you're
Noah,
right. Oh, yeah.
Also, Noah, I was correct as well. It was Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage for the WWF title with Buster Douglas as the special guest referee for the main event on, what was that, February 23rd?
Jeez, that's so specific.
Of 1990.
Nice. Oh, 1990. Okay, yeah. That checks out. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I think you're right, Cody, that would be a more interesting thing to happen, but I think they just value the Cody being the super over babyface that he is and kind of being like the mascot of the company right now. I think they value that too much to take the belt off of him right now, at least. Anytime before Mania, perhaps.
Yeah, but like Paul said, have him win it back at the Rumble, which is not even 2 months away after that. Like, it doesn't have to be.
Hell, he could win it back at the next Saturday Night's Main Event, which would be before the Rumble.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Just less than a month before that.
Or like on a SmackDown, like whatever. It doesn't. You could win it on January 6th. Like,
I mean, yeah, you have your options. You could even do a thing where Cody's talking about having to get into the Rumble, and then he finds himself in a title match before then. Keeps him out of the Rumble. I don't know. There's fun things you can do.
Yeah.
So many options.
Agree. One option though that we're not getting is WWE changing its television rating.
I heard about that.
Yeah,
It's
there was
NXT.
There was a not a press conference. What do you call it?
An interview.
Conference call?
No, like the
Scrum.
Oh, for the TV events, the upfronts.
Netflix. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Nick Khan, WWE president, basically shut down the possibility of them changing their rating. He said, "We're not changing the rating of our programming." There's some online chatter about, it's going to be R-rated, or for us old folks, like X-rated. That's definitely not happening. It's family-friendly, multi-generational, advertiser-friendly programming. It's going to stay that way. I would look for more global flair, especially as the relationship with Netflix continues to develop.
Isn't that stupid? That people are like, oh, now they're going to Netflix. They're going to just change their business model.
Well, I mean,
Netflix picks them up for what they are. They didn't sign up for a hardcore Raw.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too, is just like they don't really have to change anything, but you would think since they're on that type of platform, they would have a little more latitude if they want it.
They will. If I had to guess, they're going to stop bleeping the crowd when they cuss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
stuff like that.
they
That's the biggest thing.
might say something a little edgier on the microphone, but
But
you're not
not
gonna
all
have
the
like
time.
you're not gonna have a go fuck yourself like Christian Cage moment. But
That
you
was funny.
might get someone saying ass or butt.
Ass butt.
Yeah.
You fucking
You might
ass
get
butt.
that. They're gonna call someone an ass butt. I could see that being the case, but yeah, it's
Hell damn it.
I read another thing, and I don't know if this is true or not. I saw it on No DQ, and I'm not sure like how reliable they are anymore. But they said that when WWE goes overseas, the plan is for the show to be live on Netflix no matter what. So instead of like, oh, we did a UK taping, you can catch it later.
Oh,
They'll just air it at like whatever time the fucking taping
good.
happens.
like
That's
2 in
then
the
it'll just be
afternoon or something.
Yeah, and then on demand will just drop when it's available, which I'm kind of into.
Oh yeah, that's so nice. Like you could just wake up the next day and like you could stay up and watch it live, or you could just wake up the next day and put it on. Like
It's just like watching New Japan.
Yeah.
yeah, that's some good news.
I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's cool. So, what
Yeah,
else is happening
PW
on-
Insider reported that too, so I think it's legit.
What else is happening on Netflix Raw?
Well, gonna shake things up a bit because Triple H says that Pat McAfee is going to be returning to WWE Raw full time.
This sounds like
In
a new deal, right?
parentheses.
No, I think this is like a new thing. It's different from his last deal.
Probably.
I think he commented on it. I haven't read it, but it sounds like, I mean, Michael Cole's also going to be back apparently, which is great. Like Pat and Cole, I think are very good together. I also thought it was weird that they shipped Cole off, and like, I don't know what happens to Joe Tess after this.
Goodbye. Thanks for your service. See ya.
Thank
He
you for
fucking
your
sucks.
service. I assume maybe they consider shipping him to SmackDown, but you kind of don't need that.
No.
Because Corey and Wade would be fine. They've done that before. They were fine. I really, really wanted to give Joe Tess a chance. And he has shown signs from time to time of, good
It's okay,
calls.
Paul. You can admit you were wrong. The dude
I'm not
fucking
wrong.
knows.
He fucking sucks. He's so bored. He's not into this at all.
He has a golf or a baseball voice or whatever. It's not suited for this.
Mm-mm.
Like when he does amp up from time to time, it's good, but like he doesn't keep the energy throughout, and that's like a detriment.
He makes me miss Adnan Virk.
That goes all right.
Remember that guy?
But also, like, just call up what's his butt from NXT. Booker T.
Please, no, not that one.
Got him.
Stop making me Venmo that man money.
Yeah, honestly, put like Vic and Wade and Corey Graves
Back together.
on SmackDown,
Yeah.
and then
Good
Cole
work.
and Pat McAfee on Raw.
And then you just create a new commentator on NXT.
Yeah,
Make it a
Booker T
development
and-
program.
Yeah, I mean, you got plenty of motherfuckers that can't wrestle. Make them commentary.
Yeah. Can you have a butt girl do commentary?
I mean, she wouldn't need a chair.
It's the commentator who fucking claps her cheeks every time something good happens.
But how are you doing that without your hands?
I don't know. I'm excited for this return to 3-hour Raw on
Sure, you are.
in January.
You fucking what is
2 hour
that
Raws
when you?
so nice.
What is that when you?
No, they're not.
What is that when? What is that when you like punishment? You masochist.
Masochistic.
That's what he's is.
But it's good. Raw's been so good. Why would it's not?
Yeah, you know why it's
It's
been
not
good? Because they shrunk it down to 2 hours.
No, it's not good because it's short. It's good because they're putting on a good show.
Yeah,
Paul, you are. Would you say that you are excited for January 6th?
I can't wait.
Yeah,
January
yeah.
6th is like my favorite day. I hope that I don't know. You'll have
I
to
hope the CEO
Hard-
is there.
You'll have to pardon me for liking January 6th so much. It's my favorite day of the year because of 3-hour Raw and nothing else.
I'm sorry. Is your father the president?
Not yet.
Of the learning tree.
Man, what a thing. What a thing people pretend to care about.
The president of the learning tree.
Pardoning Hunter Biden.
Yes.
Oh.
Who cares? All right. Well, should we take a break and talk about other stuff?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Yeah,
usually
all
how
right.
this podcast goes.
Yeah. So after the break, we're going to talk about the NXT show this weekend, the Deadline event, as well as some activities from Raw that were quite good.
The United Healthcare killer is like hot.
Yeah, one of my coworkers sent me a picture of like the face picture, and was
Yeah.
like, "Did you see this?" And I texted her back, "Oh no, he's hot."
Yeah. Someone said United Healthcare CEO gunman lookalike contest in my room 8 p.m. tonight.
Our cyberpunk dystopia sucks.
He kind of looked like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Wait a
That's
minute.
what Jordan said.
Wait a
Jake
minute.
Gyllenhaal should play him in the movie.
Hold on.
They're-
Wait
they're
up. Hold
definitely
up.
going
Wait a
to
minute.
think about
Wait
this.
a minute. Hold on. So the shooter's hot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. You got a picture? Oh, he is a cutie. Look at that. That's probably not even him. That's probably just some random New York style guy.
New York style guy.
Yeah, Paul knows them all.
Also, Cody, what is this picture you sent above that one of this matchup?
We were talking about important Saturday night's main event moments.
Okay.
New York style
That's one of
guy. Hey, sexy shooter. It's a good song. All right,
Oh,
and we're
shit.
back. Oh shit! What?
Sorry.
We're back. We're all back. We're all going to talk about the WWE Deadline event, which is Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
It's
Why is it called WWE Deadline?
Because they don't want you to think that you're going to see like losers.
But we are.
I think they're really trying to sell tickets. I think they want someone to see WWE coming to town and say, "Oh, let's go," and get a few ticket sales from that.
Plus, it's all the same company. There you go.
Yeah. So this weekend at Deadline, we will be getting an NXT Underground match with Lola Vice and Jada Parker. Maybe my least favorite acts in the entire company.
Yeah.
These
performers.
Yeah, I mean,
At least they're
you know,
siloed together, which is nice. But like
well, it's the
shadowboxing
beef
Lola,
division.
it's something. Just go on the internet.
Just go up. They are on the internet.
Yeah, just do that.
We out here.
They're gonna do an underground match, which means no ropes, and I think they can hit each other with bricks.
Mm-hmm. Which was funny. They had the whole little thing, you know, freaking Jada called her out. She maybe possibly dropped the N-bomb, said shit on live TV. It was pretty
Is that
cool.
what happened? Because I remember it muted.
Supposedly. Because what's that that referee's name? Is it if his name ain't Nick, she might have said the N-word.
Oh, I need to go back and watch that. I did not see that happen.
Yeah, but she was telling them to take down the ropes and everything because you wanted an underground match tonight on the show, and she was like, you know, I don't say that word, but you heard what I said, and you know, and then she got in the ring. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and she's like, yeah, you heard what I said, and you know, she just kind of doubled down that I said shit on live TV and just went with it, and it was good. It was fucking good. Yeah. And then she threw a brick at Lola. She caught it. Did she elbowed her in the face and knocked her out?
I think both of these people look like dorks, both with their butt moves and also Like,
well, yeah, wrestling
this
wise,
program is silly.
like dorks. Yeah.
Yeah. So that match is happening. Not pumped for it. Maybe it'll be the end of the program, or they'll end up mutually respecting each other and forming a tag team.
I'm. You know what? No lie. I think that's where it's gonna go.
They could call them the booty butts.
Yeah, we should shove our butts together and make one big butt.
Hey, don't. And they have to fight their greatest foe ever, Nikita Lyons, and they're just like,
God,
all the butts will implode.
Oh, you're gonna say a bidet?
That'll be the finish or the stable name.
Oh my God.
Which you can get from our sponsor, HelloTushy.com. Not to be confused with the other Tushy.com, which you should not go to during work hours. That one is
HelloTushy.com. Do they give you a bidet to put together every week? You just replace the bidet.
It's not every week.
Crate?
Just one. I have a Hello Tushy. It's great. I'm getting new ones when we move.
Oh, okay. I thought
you get new tissues.
It's an actual bidet attachment. They're great.
I thought you were making a
totally
joke.
Affordable.
I thought you were doing
No,
like
I was
a Hello Fresh and Tushy combination.
You took it a different way. I was doing a generic podcast sponsor ad, and you took it to Hello Fresh, which I completely forgot about. But the idea of them sending you a new bidet every month with like a different flavor.
Flavor.
Yeah, you got
this. Maybe the one of the water has cucumber in it. The other one's got some mint.
This one's got seltzer. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Yeah,
too bubbly.
It's a fucking San Pellegrino butt wash.
Get out of here with your bubbly ass.
Oh no. No one was just talking to Jada Parker.
Speaking of bubbly asses, I don't know how that relates to this, but Nathan Frazier and Axiom are going to be defending the tag titles against No Quarter Catch Crew.
Which think could probably be good. Lose it.
I hope so. My hunch is that because apparently there's another match later, or maybe before, between Wesley, Javon Evans, Nathan Frazier, and Ethan Page and Eddie Thorpe, maybe, that this will be Nathan Frazier's second match, which puts them at a disadvantage. And of course, they keep bitching at each other backstage all the time.
Yeah. They're like the most dysfunctional, functional tag team ever.
Yeah, I think that's a fun dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, it's been their gimmick since they started teaming together. Like, one would be not there on time because he was on speed competing for the speed title, or another one was gone doing something else while they should have been there getting ready for the match. And it's just been the whole story between these two since they became like a tag team and champions.
Well, I mentioned that other match that's happening. What do they call this gimmick match? It's got like 5
the
people
Iron
in
Survivor.
Yeah, Iron Survivor.
That's fun.
Eddie Thorpe might be in it. He got beat up at the end of NXT this week, and they don't know who done it.
Might be Lance Anoa'i or Hikuleo.
It'll probably be the fucking dude with the shitty beard.
No,
Lexus
not
King.
Lexus King.
Yeah, it'll probably just be him. Don't get excited. Nothing's happening.
Okay.
The winner of this gets the title match, right?
Yeah, I think.
I could see Wesley picking up the win here then.
It'd be cool.
I mean, who else would you do? Like if Trick Williams is
Jada Parker
is the champ.
Oh, sorry. You meant
if Trick Williams is the champ after this event, which he probably will be. Who wins this match? It has to be a heel, and it's not going to be Ethan Page again. And we all learned that Eddie Thorpe can't fight, so it's not him. Javon's a baby face.
Ain't Dakota Kai like his significant other?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, so we know he can't fight.
I could see Javon Evans winning this.
Just like a babyface program.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot with him or whatever. They seem to have like a lot of confidence in him and whatnot.
I think it's gonna be Wesley, but whatever. I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll be fun. What else we got on this show? Trick Williams is defending the title against Ridge Holland on NXT this week. Eric Bischoff was there for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't care.
he didn't really add anything here. He just kind of like introduced both guys, and they're like, he brought his antagonistic ways here. And I'm like, this guy didn't do anything. He just kind of sucked.
All he did was dismantle Chase U with his bare hands.
I'm talking about
Now he
Eric
gets the
Bischoff.
title shot.
Not
yeah,
Rich
that
Holland.
too. All he did was dismantle WCW with his bare hands and TNA.
Yeah, so that's happening. They had a little promo. I don't know. It's hard for me to like buy into Rich Holland at all.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. The only thing Rich Holland reminds me of is the guy from that too. God damn it.
Does remind me of that.
There's a show on, I think it was one of the big three, Showtime, HBO, or Stars or some shit like that. The Warrior. There's a guy on there that favors Rich Holland on there, and he just be fighting people and hurting people, which is apropos for him because he be hurting people intentionally and unintentionally.
Yeah, he did the that Page DDT that she used to do onto the announce table.
The Rampage.
Yeah, he did that, and they acted like Trick was going to be out forever.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be at the show. He's fine.
And that's the stark contrast between the two companies or whatever. It's just like somebody does a move and it's devastating, and other people do that same move and pop up 5 seconds later and do 3 super kicks and a destroyer.
I mean, they used to do silly shit like that here too, but
Used to.
I don't need to see like 6 destroyers in a match. Also, speaking of 6 destroyers in a match, there's only 5 in this one. Sol Ruku and Stephanie Vicaire and Zarya and Julia.
You haven't pronounced any of these ladies' names right.
Nope.
I pronounced Stephanie Vicaire properly.
And Zarya.
And I was just getting to Gialia. Nailed it again. And of course, my personal favorite to win this and everything, Ren Sinclair, who earned her way into this match by getting knocked out onto somebody.
The same way that Ethan Page won the NXT title.
Mm-hmm.
Recycle,
Except
rinse, repeat.
She's way more talented, though.
And she's a girl.
She rules. She got knocked out by one of the butt girls in the match and fell onto Cora Jade and then pinned her, thus getting her into this match where the winner will get a shot at Roxanne.
That's funny. She got knocked out by the butt girl and fell on the boob girl.
Yeah.
Fun
I think
time.
that's the whole card. Are we looking forward to this? I'm kind of
I like Iron Survivor, so I'm looking.
Iron Survivor was good.
Yeah,
especially like how Grayson Waller won that one year.
Oh yeah,
that guy. Forgot about him. He get released yet?
No.
Oh, maybe next
year.
Don't
say that. You shut your mouth.
I've got nothing else better to do on Saturday night, so I'll be watching this, but I'm not looking forward to it. This is a shitty card. Why is Ridge Holland main eventing any show ever?
Yeah, that part.
It's weird. This show is completely missing the mob guys. It's missing the Chase U guys because they're not in Chase U anymore, but they're all missing. And it's also it's missing Obafemi. He's not here.
Yeah.
He hasn't been seen since he lost.
Uh-huh.
There was speculation he was getting called up, which maybe.
Uh-huh. Sure. Or he could be enamored with your girl, the other butt girl, Nikita Lyons, because that was the last interaction that he had on TV.
I wouldn't do that to him. Nikita Lyons did get beat by Carmen this week, which was nice.
Yeah.
She's roundhouse kicked her head off. Yeah, but Carmen's being booked like a total bozo too.
But you know what's funny? Nikita Lyons, when she first got brought to the roster, she was billed as like the martial arts badass. And since then, they brought like 3-4 more that are better at it than her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, her injury didn't.
Really
she was never that good, but like her injury didn't help her as far as like
it didn't.
placement on the card because they just have an infinite amount of better people now.
Yeah, it was just like she had a spot prominently, and then she got hurt, and there's like, well, we got to fill that big gap that ass left behind, and they did in spades.
They did. Well, that's Deadline. But also, we're going to talk about some stuff from Raw this week. Did you guys watch WWE Raw? The 2 hour...
certainly did.
A 2 hour amazing show this week that everybody was
Yeah.
like, wow, maybe one of the best Raws in a long time, which is crazy because it's always good. But this was an exceptionally good show.
Wall-to-wall good stuff in this episode.
The show kicked off with a 30-minute ad-free block where we just progressed a ton of storylines. So CM Punk kicked off the show, and we'll just play what that sounded like real quick.
I know what the future for CM Punk holds. There's multiple roads you can take to get there. There's different ways you can finish your story. The Royal Rumble's right around the corner. Maybe that's the road I take. After that, it's Elimination Chamber. Perhaps that's the fork in the road I choose. Any road I take winds up being a dead end. The good news is I got a favor or two in my pocket I can call upon to get where I need to go.
After Saturday, seeing you stand there, triumphant next to Roman Reigns, it became very clear to me that it was time to rectify my mistakes. Nothing in your way, no one holding us back. The only things between us are air and hatred, and I've got a feeling in my gut that tonight is the night I knock CM Punk on his ass.
6 months ago, you were a champ. You had something I wanted. Now you got nothing. I know where I'm going. I know what's in my future, and kid, you ain't it. You've been thinking about me for 6 months? I don't think about you at all. I got things to do in this business. So stay out of my business.
This is my business.
This thing boiling over as he said, time to rectify my mistakes. Oh, it's on. Yes, Joe. Here they go.
You and I, we're closer than you and Roman or you and Jay have ever been. We came up in this business together. We've been at it up and down these roads for over 20 years together. We're family too, and you stabbed me in the back when you teamed with CM Punk, man.
Hey, let me remind you something, okay? I didn't ask to team with CM Punk, okay? Do you think I wanted him as my tag team partner in War Games? I didn't. But he was willing to help, and we were down a man, and I was willing to take it. I didn't want him. I wanted you. I asked you, in fact, let me remind you, I asked you twice and you said no both times. We wouldn't have had to team with CM Punk if you had teamed with us in the first place, but you couldn't because you're too damn stubborn.
So I understand why you did, why we all did what we did at WrestleMania, what we sacrificed to take down the bloodline. Do you not remember this? Get it through your head, man. Roman Reigns has not changed. Has he apologized to you? Has he apologized to Jay? Has he apologized to anybody? Even a little shred of remorse? No, he hasn't changed. That snake CM Punk sure as hell hasn't changed. So stubbornness is not the issue, all right? Your naivety is the issue. You're gullible. That's the issue. And if I'm being honest, Sammy, right now you're being really stupid.
Long promos.
And that clip,
long promos
that
on
clip
this show.
that clip really showed how fucking awful Joe Tessitore is and how great CM Punk is.
I purposely included Joe Tess in both clips tonight just to highlight how bad he is at some of this.
Yeah, awful. This was fantastic. This whole start to Raw was really, really good. And I was glad it was commercial free and they just let like all the different programs kind of just meld together and flow from one to the other.
I think it's pretty clear that Rollins is turning heel here, right?
Yeah, very similar to Kevin Owens' trajectory.
He's following the same path. I really do think we're getting Kevin Owens and Sammy at WrestleMania. For Sammy aligning with Roman again. Like, what do we fucking do this for? I'm fine with it. Let him fight.
It's always a good match.
So yeah, that's happening. I figured that Seth not being in the Survivor Series match really sets the thing up for, I don't know, success. Like, there's so much stuff that we can do here. Did they announce? They didn't announce this for Saturday Night's Main Event. I assume we're getting Punk and Seth at. Well, I guess they could squeeze it on the main event.
No, I don't think so.
Too soon?
I think, way too soon.
Isn't the next pay-per-view Rumble though?
Yeah, they do it at the Rumble, but
you want both of them in the Rumble,
right?
Maybe it's the Saturday Night's Main Event in January, right before the Rumble.
I don't know. I still think it's the Mania match, but honestly, they might pivot. I think we might be getting Roman and Punk at Mania.
I mean, that's something big for Roman to do because Roman ain't fucking facing Solo at Mania. Come on, that's a SmackDown match.
He would be facing The Rock. It's either The Rock,
but The Rock's facing Cody.
Is he though? At this point, I don't know.
I mean, do you think The Rock wants to face Cody? Because I feel like that is the important thing. Is what does The Rock want to do?
Oh, remember when they let each other hold each other's belts?
Yeah. Oh God.
I'll touch yours if you touch mine.
How this is so awkward. Just the energy in that room was so awkward.
Wasn't that the rare appearance of like Vince McMahon was backstage and like flexed his authority over people? Wasn't that the story on that Raw? There's a couple of those.
I gotta say, I loved Punk's line in this promo of, "You've been thinking about me for 6 months. I don't think about you at all." That shit was cold.
Mm-hmm. I also like how he talked about, how he just kind of used the wordplay, like I have many roads I can take, and kind of like alluding to like, Cody is his target.
I want that match too. I really think that they did a really good job of just setting up so much stuff for the future with this, as well as, I don't know, just keeping everything just seems to make sense. Like, Punk doesn't give a fuck about Seth. He wants to win a title. He didn't come back to not win titles. Yet he keeps getting sidetracked with, injuries and Drew McIntyre. And then Seth is like, I fucking hate you. But then, I don't know. It's just really good. I really, really enjoyed this kicking off the show. And then they filled the rest of the show with like other great shit. Like Dakota Kai winning.
Yeah.
That triple threat match with Shayna and Katana Chance was like shockingly good. Not that I was expecting it to be like bad or anything, but they got a lot of time and everybody like really stood out there. It was really good.
Well, I think just so, like the three of them are both very different kinds of wrestlers, and I think they spotlighted that in that match. Like Katana was doing all of her flippy shit, Dakota was just being a badass with all of her strikes, and then of course Shayna was choking people out, and they really played off of each other really well.
Dakota and Shayna also have like a storied history, not just in their private life, but in the ring. Like I don't know. I thought all of this worked really well. Dakota not tapping out is immediately because she's been there before was great. I think she's got to win that mid-card title.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got so many options for that.
I mean, I would have pushed her to the women's title, but they got Liv and Rhea doing that shit.
Yeah, they got shenanigans going on.
They also kind of kicked off a Judgment Day versus Gunther program.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they didn't really kick it off; they continued it. But Finn Balor, for some reason, Gunther struggled against Dominic for a match, And then after Finn Balor showed up and stomped him 3 times, which was, I don't know. I think it's going to be so easy to turn Gunther into a babyface because he's just a badass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people.
So I don't know if
enjoy watching him.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I feel like they'll just pivot back to being a heel, and this is a detour because this match is happening at Saturday Night's Main Event. I think they announced that. Let me double check.
Here comes Saturday night.
It's Main Event.
I'm checking.
Look, while you look at that, I must point out of all the good things. Even I had a complimentary thing to say about the CM Punk and Seth Rollins and all them promo. What your man doing with them punches, my dude? This shit was funny as hell.
He juked. He missed. People miss throwing punches all the time. Not a big deal.
He zigged when he should have zagged. That's what happened.
People are blowing that out of a lot of proportion.
Yeah, wrestling fans know about
funny
fighting. Let them school you on it.
Yeah.
They never seen a real fight in their life.
It reminded me of that first time match that AJ Styles had with Austin Aries or whatever, and it was like, oh, these guys are good, and then they got in the ring and they both came off the ropes and they just like jumped in midair into each other and just kind of stood there. I was like, what do we do now? Funny stuff.
Well, I assume when they actually get in the ring, they're not going to be flailing like Shane McMahon.
Well,
yeah, like a shoot brother.
Yeah, hopefully his freaking tendons don't explode.
His legs stay together.
Yeah.
Well, the other big thing from this show, well, there's one more thing we'll talk about in a minute, but Drew McIntyre's back. He attacked Sami Zayn, which neat that he's back, but also he's been fighting Sami Zayn all year. They had an insane amount of matches together at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Tessitore really blew up the spot, by the way, because like Drew,
I disagree.
all hooded.
Was that a Claymore?
He's like, that's Drew McIntyre, and he hadn't even like taken the hood off yet.
That's why I sent in our group chat the picture of Captain America in his disguise, and it's just that's Steve Rogers, Captain America. Like that's my favorite thing that Joe Test does is that he doesn't fall for disguises at all.
He knows.
Joe Tessitore knows who killed the CEO of United. He knows exactly who did it.
Was it Drew McIntyre? Because every time that this has happened, it's
I don't know. We had a video on.
It could. Who knows? But
I
can tell
was
you that Joe Test
disappointed.
does.
I was disappointed by McIntyre's return. I don't know. I really felt like they should just keep him away from Raw and specifically Punk.
Keep him away from Raw?
Yeah, because
well,
he and Punk can't be in the same locker room.
Yeah, like I don't know. I felt like we should not have seen him until the Royal Rumble, and he could like I don't know end up on SmackDown somehow afterwards. Go after Cody. Something different.
Yeah.
Like Paul said, I don't need to see him wrestle Sami Zayn again.
Well, what's one more? They also did
finish business.
Someone did attack Jey Uso in the back. We don't know who it was.
Yeah.
Sammy thought it was Seth, and Seth said it wasn't and called him an idiot. So like there's the implication that Seth might have done it. Then there's Drew McIntyre could have done it. Then there's
maybe it was the same person who attacked Jade Cargill.
Maybe. You think Bianca Belair beat up Jay?
Maybe.
So is that
it
what
could be
we
somebody else
on?
completely? I think so. I think she turned on her.
Wait, hold up.
She's sick of carrying her tag partner.
Wait. Yeah, well. I mean, yeah, you could use that, but like you want Jade to be the babyface?
I think Bianca as a heel could be very interesting.
Oh yeah, she's been that before.
Not in a while.
Wasn't Bianca wrestling when Jade Cargill got attacked?
Yeah, she was in the ring doing stuff.
Did we see Jade get attacked or just the aftermath of the attack?
Just the aftermath.
Exactly.
Hey, man.
She attacked her before the match, and then they found her during the match.
That's crazy.
Well, you know
they've never done that before.
Yeah.
How did no one hear it? Did she use a silencer?
Yes.
I think she just threw herself on the car. She did it to herself. She did it for The Rock.
She's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, she was just standing out there on the ramp or whatever, waiting for Uber Eats, and she just slipped off and fell on the car.
Oh, that'd be a funny story. Waiting for a fucking delivery order and gets hit by the driver.
Oh no!
I was
My
also
rating's
disappointed
gonna
in
go
the
so
Drew
bad.
McIntyre return because I felt like, as good as the Rollins, Sami Zayn stuff was, I don't think this was the right thing to close the show with. And they obviously wanted to do it because of the big Drew McIntyre return, but I felt there was another segment on Raw that was much more worthy of a closing segment.
Yeah, but
Right,
do you want
which
to
is-
close on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is what we're doing.
That's true.
Imagine making the mistake of closing on a New Day segment, which we will be doing right after this break. We're going to talk all about the New Day. All right, we are back talking about the other big segment from Raw this week. Probably one of the biggest things to happen in wrestling in a long time, because it was the 10-year anniversary of the New Day existing, where they have seemingly built up a huge split between Kofi and Xavier, which we'll just play. I edited this down as much as I could, but tried to keep it as impactful as possible because, like the Punk, Seth, and Sammy thing, it went on for like 15 minutes. So buckle up.
Woods and myself, we've talked, and especially in light of what went down between us last week, we both feel that when it comes to the New Day going forward,
We all want to go big. This.
No way. Oh, that timing couldn't be better, Wade. And it just wouldn't be the same without him.
Until I am medically cleared to return to this ring, I am going to remind the two of you exactly who you are. I'm gonna be here to cheer for you, to root for you, to uplift you. I'm gonna be here every single week.
Now, you want to come back? After you watched us fight for months, after you watched us argue to the edge of the cliff and the last thing left to do was jump, now you want to come back? E, you left us.
I broke my neck. What do you mean? I've been doing my best.
you left us! E, Stone Cold Steve Austin broke his neck, and he came back. Kurt Angle broke his neck, and he came back. Edge broke his neck, and he came back.
They didn't even have people here waiting for them. You had two family members who had the light on for you so you'd have something familiar to walk back into. And what'd you do with that, E, huh? Nothing. We didn't change. We didn't evolve at our own deficit for you.
No. E, you mean to tell me that as big as you are, as strong as you are, plus with the fact that you never even had to have surgery on your neck, you mean to tell me that you couldn't have been back here a long time ago if you wanted to?
I've been meeting with doctors, I've been doing scans, I've been x-rays, MRIs, I've been doing my best to get back.
We've heard it all before. You know what happened to me, E? I tore my Achilles tendon off the bone, and I actually had to have surgery. I was back in 9 months for you.
If you really, truly cared about us, you'd have been back here a long time ago.
Let's stop teasing all these people. Let's tell them the truth, E. You are never going to be medically clear. And since that's the case, why don't you get the hell out of this ring and get back to your desk where you belong? And we'll call you if we need you.
I was legit tearing up when I was watching this live.
I thought this was amazing. I wasn't tearing up at all. They were right. Where the fuck's Big E been?
No, stop it.
Where the fuck's he been? Doing a fucking desk job the whole time? Even Joe Tess was like, yay, he is here. The man from the desk.
This was devastating. This was horrible. I hated this.
What? But like in a good way, right?
Yes. But like in a way that I haven't felt with wrestling in a long time of like, no, like I genuinely don't want this to happen.
Like everything Xavier said and the way he said it hurt so bad.
The worst part was when, because like, right, leading up to this, Xavier's been showing this side of himself. It didn't start to hit until Kofi was like, when he chimed in, was like, "You left us." I was like, "Oh no!" Like,
I thought Kofi was dressed way too cool to be coming out of this as a babyface. Like his vibe was different from what it was a week ago, and I don't know what they do now because I guess their justification was we never evolved, and that's why we suck because we were waiting for you. So I guess they're going to evolve a little bit and get good at tag team wrestling again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that the idea? People wanted the New Day not to split, and they didn't. So there you go.
Well,
also, like,
I mean,
you can put Big E back with them in the future if you want to. No problem.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you could do the whole, like, you guys were right
angle,
you know, and be like, I should.
But would he be back as the manager?
I thought it was interesting, and maybe it was just for storyline purposes, but this was the first time he did talk about getting cleared. It's making me think that not only is that on the table, I think it might have already happened.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it could just be for business, but because
it might have already happened, but it's like let's do this at the right time. Like go to the gym, get in the ring, make sure you're up to speed. But I wouldn't be shocked if the fact that they're talking about it, it kind of reminds me of like when Edge returned prior to the Rumble and speared Elias.
Yeah. And it was
prior to that, Edge wasn't allowed to touch a fucking light switch without his neck turning to dust. And all of a sudden he's being physical in a ring. Granted, Big E wasn't physical here. I didn't expect them to well, part of me was like, are they going to beat his ass in the ring?
I honestly thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, I kind of did too, but I think this was more impactful.
Yeah, I kind of is like the choice words, like just like how you said, he's like, you know, until I'm medically cleared to be back in this ring. Also, I'm gonna be here for you every week and everything. Just saying those things or whatever. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, like that, because like he has been pretty public about like feeling like that this is kind of it for him, like that he's, you know, accepted the fact that he's just going to be like guy on the sidelines or, you know, guy behind the scenes and not really do any in-ring stuff anymore. But I think like
what
him
a great
talking,
thing to be saying though for someone who knows that they're cleared.
Sure, but also him setting up the like, you know, when I get medically cleared or whatever, and then Xavier just being like, you know what, let's not lie to these people, you are never getting medically cleared. Like that hurts so bad, just like having it just like in plain English like that. Like, oh no.
I hope he does, because if we could get Kofi and Big E at Mania, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, shit.
No, it should be Xavier.
Do you think? Well, nah, because I mean they do have an alliance right now at the moment. But like, do you ever think they would do a triple threat between these guys?
Sure. I don't think it would be any good. That's the thing, is I think Sometimes it seems like a neat idea on paper, and then you put them in the ring, and then you have like the Usos and the Hardys against each other, and you're like, this is
or just the Usos versus the Usos.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of feel like, I mean, you usually do something like that when you try to, somebody you're familiar with, somebody that you're comfortable with, and that's how you ease somebody back in. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense to me a little bit.
I actually don't think they should ever fight each other. And I don't think it should be like a Rey Mysterio Dominic thing where I don't want to fight my son. I think Big E should just be like, I don't want to associate with them right now. And that's just the end of it. And they don't want to fight him either. Otherwise they would have beat him up here.
And that's the thing.
Like their justification, like everything they said was very much like they still clearly like Big E, but they're pissed that he hasn't been there for him, but not enough to whoop his ass.
Yeah. And then this has been their thing on and off camera for ever since like the pairing of the three, to where like they said they would never want a situation to where they would like, separate or, have any, like real animosity between each other or whatnot between those characters. So like, and then like Noah was talking about how Big E, talks and everything. Like when they had that podcast together, you got a little bit of all their personalities and everything.
The podcast was
Big
so
E,
good.
It was. Like Big E is like a real like unoptimistic. I don't know what the word, unoptimistic person. He's just like, he was real morbid. Yeah, he was real morbid about life at certain points and whatnot. I mean, I'm pretty sure his outlook and everything is different now, but like he got a lot of he's just like a weird cat, man.
I mean, did you guys read his Players Tribune article that he put out like the day of?
I mean,
Monday?
Congratulations are, I'm sorry that happened.
Sure. But it's a tremendous read if you can get around to it. It's called Sour, and it's very good.
By the way, Paul, you had asked, what's next. I think it's very obvious what the next step is. Kofi and Woods are going to feud with the Wyatt Six.
I was absolutely thinking that earlier because they besmirched their family.
Yeah, that's.
I assume that the Wyatt Six either lose to Cross in team on Monday or beat them. It doesn't really matter, and they move on to the New Day right after.
Yep, the Wyatt Six are also trauma demons, and the New Day just went through a lot of trauma.
Also, I know we're talking New Day. I think Cross and team should beat the Wyatt Six. Because Cross and team have been so good. Team Cross has been really good lately, and I think it's not fair to let the Spooky Boys just steamroll them because they stink.
You seen the little pictograph that they put out there? Like everybody that Karrion Kross talked to now is a heel.
I mean, that was the story. Even when he lost to, or like when he was trying to torment the New Day and get Kofi to turn, like they even ended that after he lost. Scarlett's like, you already did it. You planted the seeds. They're going to fall apart. And that's exactly what happened. So like, I know that there was a time where people were like, ooh, everyone that Bray Wyatt feuds with gets tormented and turns to shit. I don't think that was ever the plan. I think Bray Wyatt feuding with people was tarnishing the characters. I think this kind of was the plan. Like, do a cross program. We can job him out, but still build him up by developing something after.
And then like, that's funny. I mean, if that's a plan, I mean, bravo, because they're kind of working that out. I mean, there's like several superstars on the roster that's, has kind of like taken that on. They did something with Cross, and now, their character has evolved in some type of way or whatever. But since Cross is dealing with the Wyatt Six, how the fuck they gonna evolve?
I mean, I think the Wyatt Six should just be jobbers to the stars.
Jobbers to the stars.
I think it's a perfect use for them because no one cares to watch them wrestle. They just want to see the entrance and see this. They want the spooky entrance. They want to play with their fucking flashlight on their phone. They want to see a fog machine and they want to say, holy shit.
On their phone.
You get all that with them, and then you just let the wrestlers beat them because they shouldn't be winning matches.
The oddities.
Yeah, but like a little more credible because some people might believe they could win because they have Spooky.
I mean, it can be like they're like the villains in a horror movie where they get defeated, but then they get to do the little Skeletor thing at the end where they pop their hands out of the ground. Like, oh, they're not truly
exactly
defeated.
What they should be. Yeah, that's exactly what they should be. I'm fine with that.
Okay, I'll be back.
I do wonder what the sad day will be. Like, are they going to get? I assume everything's getting repackaged. Everything's going to be new. I hope it's good. Like whatever they have. I hope it's
a
not
bad
like,
day. Yes, it was.
We are so mean now. And it's just like their theme song slowed down.
Do you think they still do fun cosplay gear, or are they just like super serious?
Maybe.
Like they become Imperium.
I think
the mat is sacred.
I think they still do fun cosplay gear. I don't think they can stop themselves.
They'll just take all their old gear and just make it black.
Instead of throwing out pancakes, they're going to eat the pancakes.
Yeah. So what are they going to do with those unicorn horns then?
Put them in their butt.
Shove them up people's butts.
I was thinking it.
I thought this was so good. Like the whole show was really good, but like I don't think you could have asked I don't think there was a better thing you could have done here.
Yeah, this is the good shit from professional wrestling, taking stuff from real life and making it business, but also making it very emotional.
Yeah, good stuff.
Ugh. Magic.
Imagine ending your show talking about the New Day.
How I'm sad.
Yeah, that's why it should have closed the show, because like if it just like sat and lingered with you.
Yeah. Just like just like Infinity War.
Yeah. Right. It would have been much more impactful. Like it already was a very impactful and great all-time segment in wrestling.
Yeah, until you hard cut to Pete Dunne in the back.
Right.
Go out there with his match with R-Truth.
My name's not Butch.
I can't believe they're still doing My Name's Not Butch. They actually they brought Butch back to do that because he had been Butch for a long time.
Yeah.
They're solidifying that he's not Butch.
What a funny program. What a funny show.
Yeah. Well, what a funny show we had. Do we have anything else to talk about?
Spade and neuter your pets.
All right. Well, folks,
Bob Barker.
We didn't
rest in peace.
We did not get all of it this week, but we will try again next week, next Friday. Make sure you like and subscribe and do all the things that people do with podcasts these days. If we're in your Spotify Wrapped, tell us. Yeah, thank you. Show us. Send us a skeet or post it somewhere.
Please, like, can we publicly confirm that that's what they call them?
Yeah, that's what they call them.
They're called skeets. They've been called skeets for like a year and a half.
I never knew that.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah, so instead of tweets like on Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, there's skeets on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
right.
Down there.
There was a brief period of time when everyone started the migration from Twitter to Blue Sky.
Yeah.
People were some old white dudes would come on and be like, okay, but do we really have to call them skeets? Do you guys know what skeeting means? Can we call them posts? Let's be diplomatic here. And everyone's like, shut up, old man, it's a skeet. There's like MSNBC fucking talking heads doing this, and everyone else is like, nah, it's a skeet, bitch. If you don't like it,
yeah, it's just, and then like the people who made Blue Sky, like they are former employees of Twitter, right?
I think at Jack, who isn't the best guy in the world, I think he has a big hand in Blue Sky. But he's not as bad as Elon, and I don't think he's like, I don't know what his involvement is. He might just be a funder. I need to look into his involvement with Blue Sky, but whatever. Find us on Blue Sky. We're all there except Cody. He does not know how his phone works. He only knows how to turn the flashlight on when the Wyatts come out.
Yeah.
It's like his favorite thing to do with phone.
I mean, he should know how to skeet by now.
Yeah,
he's a growing boy.
Also, had this conversation with them.
if you enjoy the pod, keep enjoying the pod by signing up for our Patreon, patreon.com/fatal4pod. You can get ad-free episodes, tons of bonus content, including, because it is December, it's the end of the year. Our end of the year awards will be taking place exclusively on Patreon. And that includes all of the podcasts. So not just us. Didn't get all of it. Japan will also be doing year-end awards. I don't know if Noah's doing video game awards.
Yeah, I'm doing
maybe. Yeah, a lot of bonus content coming.
He just
your way.
confirmed it. He just confirmed it.
He just confirmed it. So that's happening. There's also going to be a very special Fatal 4 year-end episode, including all 6 members of the Fatal 4.
Yeah.
Coming. That will be exclusive to the Fatal 4 Plus tier. All the bonus stuff will be in the $3 tier, except for the all 6 of us get together and say dumb shit podcast.
Oh boy.
That'll cost you $5. So sign up for the Patreon. Yeah. Patreon.com/fatal4pod. Give us your money. It supports the show. None of us have taken a dime from that yet. It all goes to the pod. It keeps the show running. It helps us do ads. It helps us build website. It helps us test merch.
Yeah. Because if we were going to use anything, I would have really liked to use that to meet Joe Hendry.
You met Joe Hendry.
I know, but I use my money for that.
Yeah, you probably could have made it a work expense. But regardless, support the show. It means a lot to us. Thank you for listening. Tell people to listen to it if you like it. We would love to grow this thing a little more. It's the big thing in 2025. Make the show bigger. So, what else is there to say? I don't think there's anything else.